Hey, it's Taylor, and today we're talking about how many days you should spend at Universal Orlando. And spoiler alert, it's not one. So just to cover the basics, Universal is comprised of 3 theme parks. You've got Islands of Adventure, which is the park we're in, with the newest ride being Velocicoaster right here. And then you have Universal Studios Florida, the other park, located just a short walk away from Universal Studios. In between that is Universal City Walk, which is home to a lot of different restaurants. And then Universal's Volcano Bay is a water theme park. So that is the newest park. And then there is a number of Universal Orlando hotels, and a lot of them are within walking distance to the theme parks. Like I said at the start, one day is probably not going to be enough. Unless you just want to do the bare minimum, you want to do a couple major rides, maybe 1 or 2 shows. You can definitely fit that in one day, but you're not going to be able to visit the 3 parks and do everything there is to do in one day. Another reason for that is the special events. There's a lot of special events that happen throughout the year. They are already decorating for the holidays here in Seuss Landing at Islands of Adventure. So no matter when you visit, there's probably going to be a special event a lot of times in the year. In the spring, it's Mardi Gras. So just keep that in mind. That also adds to the time that you have to spend in the parks and all there is to do. So they go all out for the holidays in Seuss Landing. They call it the Hula Days. So you have the Grinch, the Who's, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a stage show that takes place here. Over in the other park, there's a holiday parade. There's a lot to do during the holidays. Halloween Horror Nights is even more. You could really spend multiple nights at Halloween Horror Nights. So just keep that in mind when you're planning your visit around these special events, depending on the time of year. That's going to add to the length of your stay. Another thing to keep in mind if you're visiting for just one day is that you can probably rule out a lot of these sit-down restaurants. And Universal has a great variety of restaurants. Probably the best in Islands of Adventure, in my opinion, is Mythos restaurant here. It serves a variety of different options. We can look at the menu here, and it might change for your visit. It does change every once in a while. My favorite is the salmon and the beef medallions, but you can see they have grilled lamb as well. Lots of different options here. And for a lot of people, one of the main reasons for visiting Universal is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Hogsmeade's behind me. If you're a huge Harry Potter fan, you can spend an entire day just in Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. There's a number of shows, dining, attractions. There's interactive wands where you can use your wand in all of the little shop windows. So really, you could spend an entire day just in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and many people do. So it goes without saying, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter is the most popular area. Probably the most popular attraction is Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. The park's been open for 90 minutes, and it's already a 75-minute wait, and this isn't that busy of a day. If one day isn't enough, is 2 days. 2 days, in my opinion, is the absolute bare minimum, and probably not enough. But if you only have 2 days in your trip, you can see a good amount of stuff. Typically what people do when they visit for 2 days is they devote 1 day to Islands of Adventure, 1 day to Universal Studios. But again, you're still missing Universal's Volcano Bay at that point. So this is Universal's newest ride that I was just talking about, Universal's Velocicoaster. You can see it launches you straight up here to what's called a top hat, and there they go. Islands of Adventure has several water attractions, like the one behind me, Ripsaw Falls. However, Universal's Volcano Bay has everything's a water attraction. So there's chill water attractions and thrilling water attractions. You could spend the whole day kind of lounging poolside, or you could spend an entire day just riding the most thrilling water slides. But Volcano Bay, I highly recommend. I think it's the best water park in Orlando. So one thing you can do if you only have 2 days is you could spend 1 day at the dry parks and then 1 day at Volcano Bay. That's an option as well. But personally, I think you need at least 3 days. So you spend 1 day at each park. I have made it out of Universal's Islands of Adventure, and I am now in City Walk, which is home to several restaurants, and just across the waterway here is Universal Studios Florida. Another restaurant you're really going to want to check out during your visit is Twosome's Chocolate Emporium and Savory Feast Kitchen. It is a sit-down restaurant, but they also have a dessert foundry, and they have the most extravagant milkshakes you've probably ever seen. Really, really fancy milkshakes that a lot of people really enjoy. As I said, I think 3 days is about the minimum, but that's not including the on-site hotels or just the Universal hotels in general. If you're staying there, or you're the type that likes to spend a day just relaxing, maybe your arrival day you spend at the pool, or your departure day, then I think maybe you want to consider 4 days. And the price difference isn't that much for tickets between like 3, 4, and 5 days. So you might just go ahead and splurge for the 4th or 5th day so that you can visit the park maybe at night, or just stop by and ride your favorites again. And if you're staying at select Universal hotels, you can take a water taxi from your hotel to right here in City Walk and just walk to Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure. Behind me is the Bourne Stuntacular, Universal Studios' newest show. It is a really awesome stunt show, but realistically it's going to take up about 45 to 60 minutes of your day on average, I would say. So just keep that in mind as well. There's a lot more to do at Universal Studios than I was able to show you today. There's Diagon Alley behind me, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket in the front of the park, plenty to do and see here, but the answer to the question at hand, I think, is at least 3 days, if not 4 or 5. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you enjoyed it, the milkshakes I mentioned, there's a video where I share my favorite twosome milkshake, so I'll leave a link to that. See you in the next video.